Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon in the flesh with another legendary video. Thank you guys for coming to the actual AEW Dynamite review, where we keep everything all nitty gritty, everything's so saucy in the land of professional wrestling. I'm your host, DaVon, with the lovely DaVon Lewis Show podcast show review, bringing in all the weekly breakdowns, hot takes, and everything in between. If you're new here, smash the like button, subscribe. More importantly, turn on all post notification bells. And more importantly, I appreciate you guys for coming across all my platforms with this lovely review for June 25th, 2025, which is live at the Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. Let's go ahead and get into the show. Appreciate you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go dive into the actual AEW, kicking things off with Mercedes Moné, who ended up attacking no other than Toni Storm. She attacked her up on a ramp, on the entrance ramp, and then things broke down with the promo in between. Mina Shakirawa made the save to this, which left the CEO on high alert, but she left her mark by taking out Timeless Toni Storm right before AEW's All In Texas, which is coming around the corner. And you know the pay-per-view is going to be looking good, being calm, cool, and collected for what it was. But more importantly, you know is what it's going to be about when it comes to the AEW programming. When it comes to their pay-per-view, they always deliver. They always put on great work, just in general. But in overall, I'm enjoying the field of how things continue to progress when it comes to the AEW programming. But Dynamite this week was good for what it was. It was calm. It was cool. The action was on par. And we dived right into it right now as we talk about how Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland was in tag team action, gelling together to defeat the likes of Lee Johnson and Blake Christian. Things broke down in a quickness as the Young Bucks appeared after the match, leading to Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay challenged them to a tag team match at All In Texas, demanding the Bucks to put their EVP status directly on the line, which should be very, very intriguing stipulation. But more importantly, seeing the two high caliber players a part of the AEW field of Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay coming together to take on the foes of the Young Bucks, which we know this tag team match truly is going to deliver. It's going to be a banger. More importantly, it's going to keep us highly interested, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that the boys are going to put on a clinic when it comes to AEW's tag team division. It needs to be beefed up by having Will Ospreay and Swerve coming together to be a super tag team, like a two-man power trip. I'm all for it, and I'll look forward to seeing what may actually happen. But we got a little taste of it tonight on Dynamite, and it was great transitions all the way down to the wire, where Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay was able to capitalize on the victory and show that they are ready for the Young Bucks, who are the true generals of the tag team division, and they know how to handle business. But in overall, the feud continues to be very, very interesting. But I truly look forward to seeing what may actually happen, and I look forward to it. Then we got into some more action. AEW really dropped into the action right off the bat again, as we had the returning one half of the Golden Lovers, Kota Ibushi, handling business as ever, as he defeated the likes of Trent Beretta, who was with Rocky Romero. But where things got very, very intriguing, Kazuchika Okada came down there and they both had a lovely stare down. This leading to a match being scheduled officially for next week, as we're going to have Ibushi versus Okada being revisited, but this time in an AEW ring. And you know we're going to get everything that we truly could ask for between these two, and it's going to be a banger. But the question is it going to be a disqualification, or are we going to get a clean finish between Ibushi and Okada as we get closer and closer towards All In Texas, where we have the unification of the championship as Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada? Should be everything that we could ask for, and a truly great one just in general. Then we get to Jon Moxley who cuts a promo where he said he has less than zero sympathy for Hangman Adam Page and promised to make Adam Page start looking for another job after All In Texas. And overall, the promo was good for what you can actually get for, and it was good stuff when it came to Jon Moxley. The question is, can Hangman seal the deal and end this terrible reign right now currently for Jon Moxley? But Jon Moxley is the golden boy for Tony Khan right now at the moment, and he's given everything that he possibly can to give him that longevity wins. And on top of that, it's time to reintroduce the AEW Championship, maybe a brand new title once the briefcase is lifted. I would love to see a brand new title to elevate it, even make the title look even better. But right now, it's being held hostage in a briefcase. Right now, at the moment, it's time for it to be released and pretty much shown to the world in the highest regard and show why it's the most prestigious championship that needs to be shown in a serious light. But in overall, it was good for television seeing this lovely promo by Jon Moxley. Then we get the tag team action of Jet Speed. That is Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. They defeated Ricochet and AR Fox after miscommunication as Ricochet left AR Fox high and dry. This tag team match was good in the beginning, all the way down towards the end, until miscommunication happened and Ricochet left AR Fox hanging. But AR Fox continued to be my MVP throughout the course of AEW, and any kind of match he's involved in, he continues to do great things. But AR and Ricochet should be very interesting heading towards the Casino Battle Royal. More importantly, afterwards, Jet Speed called the shot for the tag team titles, but they were attacked by the Hurt Business, or Hurt Syndicate as we call them, as MJF, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin all put the beat down directly on these Jet Speeds. More importantly, they took care of business. Then afterwards, MJF then announced that he would enter and qualify for the Casino Gauntlet, and Mark Briscoe then comes out to interrupt the whole segment very quickly and said he come for insecurities because that's what MJF stands for. And he has small kosher pickles, which got the crowd in a frenzy. And I thought it was hilarious from my own personal point of view. But then MVP then tells Mark Briscoe that he could do whatever kind of talk he does, but at the end of the day, he will lose, and it's going to show for what it is. Then, of course, we get down to the actual match, as we had the number one entrant in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. Was a fatal four-way, as Mark Briscoe was able to secure the victory to defeat Konosuke Takeshita, Bandito, and Roderick Strong. But the most disappointing part of it all, Roderick Strong ate the pin in this actual match. The situation continues to be ongoing with the Paragon losing week after week after week. Tony Khan, what are you doing when it comes to the Paragon members? Their momentum has been dropping off the radar. Pretty much at this point, it's been non-existent so far in 2025, despite Adam Cole being a TNT champion. But in overall, it's becoming very disappointment the way how they doing Roderick Strong, someone I see as a high regard technical wrestler, the one that can stand the test of time. And his ring work shows for it. He's in the best shape he possibly can be. But Mark Briscoe being the number one entrant for it may have a disadvantage based on everything that can happen in the men's gauntlet coming up for All In. More importantly, there's so many different talent that's coming across the board that we may see some new talent come across in AEW. But I know this time around AEW is being very, very mindful and very careful of who they select to bring in for AEW or any WWE defective or released, because of the situation history of the problems they always actually been having when it comes to just the regards of when they have XW talent to come in. It's always a problem. They don't like the way how the system is running, and then they end up leaving and being off of television for some quite time, and it just be a waste of money under Tony Khan's banner. Then they get released and they end up going back to WWE. So AEW is taking a different approach when it comes to their contracts, making sure they're hiring the right people that will fit the programming more so than anything, because the lackluster of how many talent are currently stacked a part of this roster, it needs to be scaled down in a big way because it's only so many people you can have on a television program, especially on Collision and on AEW. But from my personal opinion, it needs to be a brand split. Dynamite needs to be one programming. Collision needs to be another programming. Have your world title go on both different shows, just so you can showcase more talent, and then it will help in a big way. I talked about this 2 years ago when CM Punk first came in and he was on his own show directly on Collision, and they were thinking about doing that. I think right now where AEW stands, their pay-per-views have always been on point. Their television programming has always been mid at best, and they need to flip it up, change it up, get some new writers, something in between. But right now, it seems like AEW has the most momentum right now, especially with the way how things have been happening with WWE lately. WWE is not perfect neither. AEW is still learning the ropes. They're about to be coming into 6 years, coming in strong, and they should be good for the most part. Then we cut to an Adam Cole promo, who's backstage, and he said he will open with an open challenge for the TNT Championship tomorrow on AEW Collision, which is a special time and booking for Collision, with a special hour of it being available for Collision for the lovely TNT network. So it should be a good time to see in that actual programming. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view how you guys are feeling about Adam Cole open challenge and who we like to have him have available. I'd like to see Matt Cardona make his return to AEW and maybe step up as his name is actually blown in the wind, or even Claudio Castelloni step up and go for the actual TNT Championship as well. But now we get to the women's number one entrant for the women's Casino Gauntlet, as we had a fatal four-way with Chris Statlander defeating the likes of Athena, Willow Nightingale, and Thunder Rosa due to interference from Marina Shafir and William Yuta coming out to distract the situation, and Chris Statlander was able to secure the victory directly over somebody that we never thought we'd see, was taking out Willow Nightingale, and was able to secure the victory. It was a big feat, but she was able to secure the victory, and maybe she's taking up to John Moxley's words and may end up joining the Death Riders. I'll be all cool with it. But the issue I had was with her entrance, where it was too dim, and I feel like she needed to have, when she was flexing the ring or some kind of sort of situation in the programming, put a spotlight directly on her and have her flex, and I would have been okay with the continuation of her actual entrance. But they dimmed it too dark, and you couldn't really see her too much when it came to the programming. Then we get to the Don Callis family, who is backstage, which is Rocky Romero, Kazuchika Okada, Lance Archer, Konosuke Takeshita. They spoke with the Young Bucks after the suspension of Swerve Strickland due to the attack on security guards, where they officially formed the alliance. Takeshita empathizes on the alliance, but said it was only going to be temporarily. So you got to see what this is going to happen with the EVPs, the Death Riders, and the Don Callis family all working together, making a big unit, basically taking over AEW. But the situation could still be ongoing. Too many egos in one room, and the situation can break down in a big way with the way how things had actually progressed. Then we got to the main event. We had Hangman Adam Page defeating the likes of the Beast Mortis, who put on a great clinic match. Great transitions, a whole lot of offense, everything you could have asked for in this actual match. The Beast Mortis held his own against Hangman Adam Page, but the Hangman was able to secure the victory. But where things got interesting, the lights go black out for a cool little minute, and then who appears? The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks come out, and they pretty much got Hangman in the EVP trigger. They drop him down to the mat. Pretty much from there, then we had John Moxley, Claudio, Willow Yuta, and Marina Shafir. They all come down, but Moxley then grabs a chain from Marina Shafir and proceeded to choke out Hangman Adam Page before Will Ospreay and the Ops members of Samoa Joe Kazuri Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs come down here to make the save to close out the show. But in overall, the show was calm, cool, and collected for what it was. I enjoyed the overall presentation when it came to everything that took place for Dynamite. But there you guys have it. I'm going to give it a rating of a 7.8 out of 10. It was kind of like neck and neck when it came to everything that took place with Monday Night Raw, kind of like on the same kind of spectrum. But just the match was a little bit better, but it still was like nearly close to being the same when it came to this week's edition for AEW Dynamite that took place. But in overall, the ring action still continues to develop. The storylines are still like, man, really, are you interested? From my point of view, they need to build up the storylines when it comes to All In a lot better. Make it more of a serious feel. This is their WrestleMania event that should be taken to a high regard. And when it comes to the Go Home show next week, in a few weeks, they need to take care of business and really make it like this is something that you want everybody to tune in, including the marketing, including the talent that's on the actual card. On top of that, the hype up for each title match needs to be at a serious regard. AEW always does well in their pay-per-views, but how is people going to know what it's going to be about? How serious it's going to be? This is supposed to be your biggest programming, especially if it's going to be in America side of All In Texas, which should be a really, really great show. And I highly look forward to seeing what may actually happen. But post your comments down below. Have you seen the extra Dynamite this week? Let me know what you guys thought about the overall presentation of the show. More importantly, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notification bells. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to show your love and support, subscribe. Until the next episode, you guys are a true one. Let's go ahead and get it to 10,000 subscribers. Until the next episode, catch you guys later. Peace.